Alrighty, well, you've asked, you shall receive another episode on the Falcon. Quite a few things have to change, so come along for the journey today, see what we're doing to get this thing back on the road again. That is rat poo. These 4 bolts and this was sealed to the engine. I don't know about you, but I got some questions that need answering.
Zach, what have you been up to when you're
How?
not looking, mate?
How? Ain't that some rat shit? Gross.
That is weird, man.
That is weird. Alrighty, so as you've probably seen with what we've been doing earlier, is we decided to stick with the Falcon computer and the Falcon harness because we have searched to the end of the world and cannot work out where that harness for the 2.3 come from. Without that info, we've got no computer. So for now, we're just going to run it off the Falcon computer, which we can retune here and do all that sort of stuff. So we were going to go and swap the Falcon fuel pump on, but there is a few differences in the actual pump and the housing itself. So at the top here, you've got the regulator. Both of those are pretty well identical, although the sensor and the in and out line are in different locations, but I think we can work with that quite comfortably. But the biggest problem is in the size and the actual housing itself. So in here we've got like a roller bearing that sits on there, and then the lobe itself has it's like a square, and each corner is where the lobe is, which will then push this up and, you know, pump the fuel pressure up. Where on the Falcon it has like a shim bucket, and it's more of a rotor shape. It's a triangle lobe, so each lobe on the triangle will pump the pump. So with that difference, we've decided we're going to, because the sensor is the same, just in a different location, fuel in, fuel out, same fittings, just in different locations. So we're just going to bolt the Mustang pump on, and we'll see if the Falcon ECU has a hissy fit about it. If so, we will have to look into another solution and cross that bridge, but realistically it's just a pump and the sensor is the same, so we should be okay to run with this Mustang fuel pump housing. On that note, let's bolt it in. So we'll start off, before we go too deep into this bird's nest. I pulled the top of the fuel pump off and got the housing on first, and then reassembled it because it just didn't want to go together without doing that. So now that we got that on, we've got the fuel lines all plumbed up, and we've just been working out the nest of vacuum lines and wiring harness and coolant lines. We've got it pretty much all worked out, and we're about to put the intake manifold on. And hopefully that gives the rest of the puzzle pieces a place to live, because we're a little bit at a stalemate for these ones. We've got most of their home, but down on the ground just next to Ash there, we've got the vacuum solenoid, and we don't know exactly where that lives. That lives somewhere in the engine bay, obviously, but its actual home, I think we're going to have the intake manifold on and then we'll sort of see where it's all going to land and fit up properly. So let's get this manifold on and see if we can finish off this intake side this afternoon. Thank you for watching another episode. As you can see, there's still a lot to work out, but we're getting close. So I think over the next episode, maybe 2, we should actually be ready to do our first startup. So stay tuned, keep watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends. Thanks everyone, see you next time.